Do you guys remember my video जिसमें मैंने अपनी top 5 favorite books को discuss किया था? Yes, that one. One of those books was Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. Now my sister was like, you did not do justice to Things Fall Apart because it is one of the greatest books to be ever written in African literature. And I couldn't agree more. Yes, I didn't do justice to Things Fall Apart because nobody can do justice to Things Fall Apart other than the greatest Chinua Achebe himself. But still, we can try. So this is why in this video I'm going to talk about Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe once again, एक detail अंदाज में. This is obviously the story about Africans living in a land which is currently Nigeria. So this is a very raw depiction of the African community living in the pre-colonial eras. What makes this book so great is that it is written by an African Nigerian author. इससे पहले Africans के बारे में जो books थी वो European लिखते थे, वो white लोग लिखते थे, and it is the first book to be ever written by the local someone from the local community. कोई कौन है जो एक community को बेहतर तरीके से पहचान सकता है? Someone who is a part of that particular community. So this is one of the main reasons why this book is so famous, because it is so raw and so subtle and so genuine. So it is about the African people. अगर इसका general सा हम overview कर लें, तो there is a guy, Okonka, who is the protagonist of the book and who is not necessarily the hero of the book, which is very unlikely of all other books जिसमें protagonist जो होता है वो एक अच्छा इंसान होता है and manner. So Okonka is not that kind of person, और जो कि immediately आपको एक idea देता है that he is a human being, because human beings are not heroes. They are going to be bad and they are going to be good, and they have a tendency to become evil. They have a tendency to become extremely bad at some point, but they stop from doing that because they are human beings. So ये idea जो है वो चिनुआ अचेबे अपनी writing के through देता है कि wanted the world to see human beings as human beings, and this whole book is a proof of his own quote. So Okonka is basically the man of all the tribes of the community. Why Okonka was very famous? Because he was physically very strong and he could handle 10 men at the same time. Okonka is actually not as strong as he shows to the community. He's actually very weak from the inside. वो बहुत ही डरपोक इंसान है because he is afraid to show his emotions, and he says, quote, is not capable of showing any emotion except the emotion of anger. His father was young and he was a very gentle and a kind man, and he was soft-spoken, but he could not earn money. He could not earn food for his family, and that is why community के अंदर वो आदमी जो अपने बच्चों का पेट ना पाल सके वो weak समझा जाता है. एक of course it's still a toxic concept, और आज भी वो जिंदा है. ये 19th century की हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, तो उस टाइम पे वो शख्स जो पैसा ना अर्न कर सकता वो वीक समझा जाता है. सो ओकोनका के माइंड में यही कॉन्सेप्ट है कि उसका बाप जो था वो वीक था. एंड व्हाई वाज ही वीक? बिकॉज he was kind and he was gentle and he was capable of showing emotions, and he used to love people openly, and he used to accept his mistakes openly, and he used to cry openly. And Okonka thinks that is the reason why his father was so weak, and this is why Okonka fears of showing the emotions that his father used to show. He says, quote, that he hated everything that was remotely related to his father Onuka. जाती है कि चिनुआ अचेबे ने इसको भी पिन पॉइंट करने की कोशिश की है कि how children are affected by the behaviors of their own parents, and they model their own lives according to or against those morals on which their parents lived their lives. But as a reader you realize that when you're in the head of Okonka, he forbids himself of thinking these things, and that is very painful because उसने अपने आप को इतना ज़्यादा restricted कर लिया emotionally कि वो इन चीज़ों के बारे में सोच भी नहीं रहा. So as you proceed in the book, you understand different morals and rituals of the African community. वो किन गॉड से believe करते हैं, उनके कुछ orthodox beliefs हैं जिनसे maybe you would not agree with. Personally मैं ये समझती हूँ कि लिटरेचर की सबसे अच्छी बात यही है कि when you're reading a book, either it's fiction or non-fiction, there are going to be so many things that you don't agree with, but you are giving yourself a chance to accept them and not accept them Second part के अंदर Okonkwo is sent into an exile to another community because he has accidentally killed a man during a ceremony. This is also a story, but मैं सारी disclose नहीं करना चाहती. I want you guys, I think मैंने सारी कर ही दी है, लेकिन I want you guys to read the book yourself. अब Okonkwo ने कैसी गलती कर दी है, and he is sent into exile, and when he is asked कि वो तो greatest warrior है, why is he being sent into exile, तो उसको बताया जाता है कि if one finger brings the oil, it soils all others. I think ऐसा ही कुछ था. कहने का मतलब है कि एक मछली पूरे तालाब को ख़राब करती है. तो इसलिए Okonkwo, जो कि एक बहुत ग्रेटेस्ट वॉरियर था और उसको अपने नाम के ऊपर सबसे ज़्यादा प्राइड था, उसको एग्जाइल में भेज दिया जाता है. ही वॉज देयर फॉर like 9 to 10 years, एंड ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम उसके लैंड में Igbo people were colonized. When Okonkwo comes back from the exile to his own land, he realizes कि उसका तो वहाँ पे घर भी एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता. और घर क्या, वो जिस जगह को जैसे छोड़ के गया था, अब वो जगह वैसी नहीं रही. वहाँ के लोग भी बदल गए हैं, वहाँ पे लोगों की लैंग्वेज और तौर तरीका भी बदलता जा रहा है, बिकॉज यूरोपियंस, ब्रिटिशर्स हैव इन्वेडेड हिज लैंड एंड ही फील्स सो बैड दैट यहाँ पे ही इज़ वन बिकॉज ही इज़ अ प्रोटैगनिस्ट. अब आपको थोड़ा सा उसके ऊपर तरस आना शुरू होता है कि शुरू में यू हेट Okonkwo, यू हेट हिम अ लॉट, बट व्हेन यू सी हिम इन पेन कि उसके घर को, उसके लैंड को ब्रिटिशर्स ने ऐसे इन्वेड कर लिया है, और ना सिर्फ इन्वेड किया है, उनको उनके माइंडसेट को भी ग्रेजुअली चेंज किया जा रहा है, तो उसको बहुत बुरा लगता है. ही वांट्स टू चेंज दैट माइंडसेट. ही इज़ सो एंग्री एंड इज़ कन्विंसिंग अदर पीपल to come back to the life they were a part of before, but nobody takes his side, because who would want to take side of an exile, right? And at that point Okonkwo realizes कि अब वो जिस यहाँ पे इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर सकता इमोशनली और फिज़िकली, और उसे पता था कि they are not going to support him, they are not going to help him, and the missionaries, the Europeans are going to kill him eventually. लेकिन Okonkwo में अभी भी बहुत ज़्यादा ईगो बाकी थी, and he would never want to be killed by a Britisher, so he hangs himself. And that is how the story ends. It's actually a very depressing story. You feel bad for Okonkwo, and you feel bad for the African people. You feel angry at the white men who have invaded the land of these orthodox people, but at the same time you realize कि वो कितनी backward life गुजार रहे थे. Britishers ने तो अच्छा किया कि इनको invade कर लिया, but then you again realize कि वो उनकी लाइफ थी, वो उनकी कम्युनिटी थी, वो रिचुअल्स, चाहे वो ऑर्थोडॉक्स थे, वो बुरे थे, वो मिसोजिनिस्टिक थे, उनमें लोगों के साथ ज़्यादती होती थी, उसमें injustice था for women, for the weak people, for kids, but still it was their community, and Britishers had no right to invade that land. And we came to know about this through the rawness of the writing of Chinua Achebe. मैंने इसको बहुत ही different अंदाज में describe किया है, and the writing is nothing like how I described it, so I don't feel like मैंने आपको कोई भी spoiler दिया, because the book is so great. There is no one in this entire world who can describe this book better than Chinua Achebe himself. Thank you so much for watching this video. The question is for my sister and everyone out there. Did I do justice to Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe? Probably no, but you can still give me your feedback in the comments or suggestion about the books that you do want me to do justice to or discuss in detail like I just did, or any other suggestion that you want to give me regarding the books or my videos. You are more than welcome. Again, thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.